Hey, are you sick and tired of being at home like I am? Come on, it's time. Let's go back to church. Hey, welcome back. I bet you've been excited to come back to church. Well, I'm excited too, but there's some things we need to go over before we do. So let's do that. First off, when you come in and you park your car, don't park it right next to somebody. Cars need social distance too. The truth be told, if you park right next to somebody, you might rub up against them. And the most important thing we're doing is loving our neighbors as ourselves. And that means not giving COVID to our neighbors. So find a spot that isn't next to somebody. That way, if you come back to your cars at the same time, you don't have that awkward stay away from me situation. All right, now as we go in, things are going to be a little bit different. Do not go in here. That is exit only. You'll see signs, and signs will lead us to walk down this way, and we will head to the front doors. So as we're walking towards the church, you might see somebody you haven't seen in 3 months or 4 months or who knows how long by the time we actually come together. Don't go rushing up to them and give them a big hug. You might give them something else along the way. Maintain that physical distance as you're walking towards the church and as you're in the church and when you're doing anything in the church. We want to make sure that we love our neighbors by staying apart from them. So when you get to the front doors, you'll notice that the front doors are open. Why are the front doors open? Because we don't want you to touch anything or have to touch anything, because you might leave what you have for somebody else to pick up and vice versa. Will there be anyone here to greet you? Probably so, but should you rush up and hug them? No. Why? Because we don't want you to give them what you've got. We don't want them to give you what they've got. And oh, by the way, by the time you're here, what should you have on your face? You're right, a face mask that you brought from home. Will we have them here for you? Does any place else have them waiting for you? I mean, that's like going to a restaurant that requires a tie without a tie and asking to borrow a tie from the maitre d'. We don't want to do that. You don't want to be that person, right? So when you come, bring your face mask and feel welcomed by our open doors and our open hearts and our distant hellos. Come on, let's go inside. All right, so once you come inside, we're going to be worshiping in the fellowship hall. And as you come through, the doors will be open so you don't have to touch anything. And you'll have a greeter there who will give you, guess what? That's right, a chair. You get to seat yourself, literally, as you take a chair off the rack and have it place it where you're invited to place it. That having been said, if you need a hand with that, we will have folks that can physically put the chair down for you, because we don't want anybody to be excluded that way. Once you get here, if you need to visit the restroom, they are available. Just know that we're allowing one person or one family group in the restroom at a time. All right, so no socializing in the washrooms. All right, so once we're in here and we're seated and we're comfortable and we enter into our time of worship, it's not going to be as usual. Will there be music? Yes. Will there be singing? No. Will there be humming? Probably. I don't know. We're going to have to figure it out as we go. Everything's different. And we just ask for your patience and your perseverance as we travel together on this journey of recovering from COVID-19. All right, so while we're inside, will there be food and drinks? Yes, if you bring them. But we're not providing anything because we don't want to create a space where people are mingling and leaving their germs behind. So bring your food, snacks for your kids, and your drinks, and whatever you think you're going to need. When you go to leave, there will be an offering plate here if you want to drop your tithes and offerings. We'll be glad to receive them. Of course, when you come in, you can put them in the lockbox out front as well, and we'll make sure they get in the right hands. All right, and so when it's time to be dismissed, you will be dismissed by rows, probably from the last row forward, making sure that everybody has a chance to get out with their physical distance in place. When you leave, you'll be heading out this door and we'll be walking straight down this hallway and out the Sunday school or the education wing doors, and right out to your cars. All right, so we're all done. It's time to go. I picked up a kid along the way. Hopefully your time back to church has been a pleasant one. I know it's been weird, different from what you're used to, but that's just the nature of the beast. So as you come back to your cars, make sure that you maintain your distance with your folks. And remember, through it all, the most important thing is what? Love your neighbor as yourself. So we want to maintain that distance and make sure that no one gets sick. And together, we'll get through this. Roger, you got that, Augie? He said okay. See ya.